Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Rethink Everything, where we will rock your world and rack your mind. We're your hosts, Jillian Willie and
Dr. Matt Singer.
And today we're going to be talking about living your truth.
So I want to start this off, if you don't mind, with the story, and I want to get your opinion on this. So I'm going to tell you the story about a 18-year-old, I think it was a girl who her life was absolutely destroyed. I mean, you would have thought the worst thing in the world happened. She locked herself in a room. She wouldn't talk to anybody. She went into a state of depression. Not because one of her family members was killed, and not because she lost her dog, and not because her house blew up, but because she got waitlisted from a college. Doesn't mean she didn't get in. It means she got waitlisted. So she held all her clout on getting into a specific college. And because she got waitlisted, she took it as a rejection. So now she felt rejected, as if a boyfriend broke up with her, as if her best friend dumped her, as if she was completely let down in the worst way. So she was letting this circumstance run her life, ruin it, because not that she didn't get in, she's waitlisted. So now she literally took her entire life and allowed that one circumstance to control it. So let's start there. Okay, so from that story, tell me your perception, your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so I actually love this because so many people deal with this on so many different levels, and I've seen this so many times. I've experienced it myself, but it's so much deeper than that surface level. At surface level, if I were her parents, I would probably look at it as, okay, she's upset about the fact that she didn't get into school in this moment, and I would probably say, why on earth why is this destroying her life? I wouldn't get it. I would completely disconnect from that. It's one minor thing. Why is it penetrating her life so intensely? But when we really look back at the situation, at what happened, at what she did, is she internalized the message that she got. She didn't simply look at it as, okay, I'm not in, but I've got the possibility. It's still there. It's a wait list. It's not a no. It's just a not now or a maybe. She internalized that as, I'm not good enough, or they don't want me. It's a penetrating rejection for her. So it's a lot more than that surface level of what some other people would look at and say, yeah, it's not a big deal. Maybe they'd be bummed for a little while and get over it. She's got some other things going on. She's got beliefs about herself that this is now just adding a layer onto. So she's really internalizing a deeper message.
Yeah. So I want to continue on that. So if you just said something about her beliefs, right? And we always talk about our beliefs create our reality, correct?
Absolutely.
So now look at the reality she's creating, right? She's proving that law of the universe is true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's attracting to her. It's going to attract to her those thoughts that she has about the rejection and I'm not good enough, and, penetrating the rest of her life because she's attracting those thoughts. And it's attracting to her other situations that are going to be equal in vibration to that feeling that she is feeling from that rejection. So yeah, other things in her life are going to have that same feeling, that they're going to elicit the same feeling in her. Absolutely.
So then if you think about it, if somebody doesn't know how to control their thinking and they let that completely throw them off. So let's say one scenario is she gets a letter saying you were accepted. So now all of a sudden her bad mood goes away, her depression goes away, her sadness goes away. She comes out of her room like it never happened. Oh, it's almost like a form of like being bipolar, right? It's like this drove me into a complete low, this drove me back into a complete high, right? Now the other scenario is she gets rejected from the school and doesn't get in. Um, Someone like that 10 years from now, if they don't ever learn to understand why and they don't ever learn to control their thinking, what's their destiny?
They're gonna get more of the same or just intensified. Because if you continue your life having these thoughts, let's say the thought or belief system that she has is I always get rejected, nobody wants me or accepts me. If that's her belief, at the subconscious level, then all her experiences, her relationships, they're going to reflect that truth.
Yeah.
So even if, so it doesn't have to be her truth. She created that truth for her, but then her whole life, it's going to continue to be this pattern that shows up for her.
Right. So then she's going to have this underlying fear of things that could make her feel like a failure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, right. So
Yeah.
then how many missed opportunities would she experience? How many job interviews would she not go on if she had that underlying feeling as though, you know what, I don't, I'm afraid I'd rather not go on it than get rejected. Unless someone has an absolute knowingness that they're going to get the job, that person's going to avoid most job interviews because the setup is, well, there's a chance I might not get it, and then I'm going to be just totally in the dump, so I'd rather not even go for it. So how many things do you think that they're gonna miss out? And is life gonna keep giving her that same opportunity to miss out?
Yes, absolutely, because life is a mirror of your internal self, your thoughts, your
Mhm.
beliefs, your paradigms, all of it. So I think in that situation, it's twofold for her. A, she's going to be missing a bunch of opportunities because she's choosing not to take them. But then she's also, if she does choose to step outside of that comfort zone and go for it, she's going to possibly, very possibly self-sabotage, because that belief that she has is that she will always get rejected. So even if she were to go for it, she would probably be coming at it from a place of fear and, oh, it's not going to go well, I'm going to get rejected, and there's no way I'm going to get this job, what am I doing, I'm crazy. So when she goes to say an interview or whatever it is with that energy and that belief, well, then that's going to be what shows up for her, and then she will get rejected.
Yeah. And then let's talk about the possibilities and scenarios of a relationship. So what kind of a guy would she most likely be attracted to? A guy who she thinks will always make her happy, or somebody who um, is more timid than her? Like what would someone like her gravitate towards?
I think the pattern would continue. So I think it would be someone who maybe wouldn't accept her in some way, shape, or form. It might
Mhm.
not be an outward rejection per se, but it would be something that she would perceive on that deeper level as a rejection. So maybe they would get in arguments a lot because there's a lot of disagreements, or maybe someone who doesn't treat her very well in one way or another. Any there would be some kind of butting of heads, and not necessarily like butting heads at the way that other people would perceive it, but there would be something there that would make her feel that kind of rejected feeling. I think that pattern would just continue.
Yeah, I love what you said about butting heads because when we really break down like why people butt heads, it's because like let's say my ego has a fear and it says I do not want to feel like a failure, and then I'm with a spouse who is not afraid of failing and has a different personality than me. they're going to want to try and push me into that direction where I have a chance of failing. And if I'm not going to let them take me there, we're going to start butting heads. Oh, let's do this. This so yeah, but what if we don't get in? What if we don't make it? What if we don't succeed? And we're going to start butting heads because my ego is not going to let me step out of my comfort zone. Because if there's a chance that my ego thinks I could fail, then I'm not going to want to participate in what my spouse wants me to do.
Yeah.
Unless I can, right? Unless I can communicate that to them, then what? I mean, look at what's the outcome, right?
Mhm. And I think you hit on something really good here that, yeah, we need to communicate with them. And I think a missing piece, a pivotal missing piece to that is we need to first realize it in ourselves that it's even there. A lot of times we don't know that we don't even realize we have fears or that we have beliefs that are deep seated inside of us one way or another. And we need to first do some of that internal work to bring awareness to what we're actually feeling, or why we're actually feeling those things, so that we can even know that they're there to communicate to the people in our lives.
Absolutely, because like you're saying, once we have the awareness, then at least that can put us on a path of being willing to change. But if my ego is so afraid of being rejected or put down, I will subconsciously avoid every possibility of ever being rejected or put down, even if that means giving up what I think could be the greatest opportunities, the greatest jobs, the greatest relationships. I'll move away from it in fear of being rejected. I'll do whatever I can to avoid the pain of rejection and stay in the pleasure of feeling safe.
Mhm.
But then I'm never going to grow. And I'm going to keep repeating the same issues. And I'm going to be saying to you, why do I keep getting myself into the same horrible relationships? Why do I keep getting the same no end job? Why do I keep, having the same problems show up? Why do my friends keep doing this to me or doing that or dumping me or this? Because I'm afraid of growing. So I keep attracting the same friends, the same jobs, the same situations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think, what's really powerful about the awareness, not only are you then able to communicate it with other people and therefore increase your relationships and your life, because then it's there, you can start working through that. But what's really cool about it is all of our beliefs are really just stories. They are not real. They're real to us because it's the truth that
Mhm.
we've created about ourselves. But because it is a story, we have the power to change that story. And we
Yeah.
can then say, well, who do I actually want to be? What beliefs do I actually want to embody? And then we can start the process to change those stories and then become whoever we want to be and have whatever beliefs truly serve us as we grow and evolve.
Yeah, that's what I love about this world that we live in. It really is a reflection. And when I'm able to see that what I'm living is a reflection of my thoughts, and when I don't like what I'm living, and I can understand the thoughts I'm thinking or believing, and then I can change them, then immediately my life starts changing. It's amazing. But when I get those times where I'm mind fucking myself and I can't get out of my own way, then I keep perpetuating that same feeling. And then days and days and days can go on with me feeling the same way. And nothing has changed. Nothing's different until I actually change. The mirror I'm looking at, if I want to smile, I can't make the mirror smile. I have to smile and the mirror reflects it back to me. So so let me ask you this. So now taking our case study of that girl who held her whole life on that rejection or not. She then has children and raises them with the same values and beliefs that she has, fear of rejection. What do her children, what do their lives look like?
Whatever her life looked like, it's repeating that cycle. And we do this a lot. I mean, I know as an adult and talking to my friends and seeing, people say apple tree, like
Yeah.
you take on your parents. When you grow up, you realize, oh my gosh, I'm my parent. In certain ways, of course, we're our own people, but there are a lot of behaviors that we have, a lot of thought patterns we have that are very similar to our parents, and that is exactly why we are a product of our environment.
Yeah.
And one of our biggest environments is our family, right? The people we live with for 18 years or more. So yeah, her children's lives, while they may look different in the experiences they have, the experiences will mimic whatever rejection she felt.
Yeah. So I think in summing this up, I think that really, it's really interesting how one event can cause such a negative spiral if we're not aware of it. And like you're saying, I love how you said it. It's about the awareness. Once we have the awareness, we can stop that downward spiral. But I mean, geez, I mean, we've worked with people who have been on these spirals for years, and it's amazing. You can go from a place of confidence to a place of hopelessness pretty quickly. So, very interesting, right?
Yeah, absolutely is.
Yeah.
And just to kind of put this into kind of a more scientific realm for anyone who wants that like concrete, it's kind of a progression. It starts as the event causes you to feel a certain way, and it starts as a mood, lasts for a couple of hours or days or whatever. And then if it doesn't resolve, if you don't move out of that, then it becomes your temperament, which lasts for a few months or so. And
Yeah.
then it becomes your personality. And then that's
Yeah.
how you internalize it and becomes that belief system.
Right.
So yeah, we really truly can write our own story. I know people say that a lot, and it's 100% true. You can write your story. You can be whoever you want to be and have whatever you want to have.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
So this was awesome. We thank everyone, right, for watching.
Yeah, absolutely. So grateful. And you can connect with us on our website, xo-universe.com, or you can connect with us in our Facebook group, Lead Your Legacy. We would love to chat with you. If you have any questions, reach out to us if we can help you in any way, and we'll see you next time.
Have a great day.